Doing great. Good. I'm doing great myself. Getting by. All green days so far. Started the carnivore diet. Nice. Let me know how that goes. I've always been interested in that. Just had your birthday. Happy birthday, Glenn Major. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Appreciate you guys. Nice. That's your first eval account for your birthday. Let's go. Life sucks. Life always sucks with no money. Well, money can be very stressful, I agree. Money can be very stressful, trust me. Trust me, I know. I know. But the thing is about trading is when you focus on just making money because you really need the money, that kind of puts you in a bad mental state. It puts you in a bad mindset because you're just trying to get payouts instead of sticking to your rules and trading the right way. So yeah, if you try to trade like you need it, it is going to make it very tough. It is going to make it very tough. Just try to, try to think about trading as a supplement income that you could be fine without, but would really help you if you did have it. Right? And if you can get into that mindset, or just make that a reality to where you're making good money from a different job, so you don't necessarily need the money to survive, but it would help, right? Just a little bit of extra income would help. That's kind of where you want to be, because if you put everything on just getting payouts, it's going to make it very difficult to keep clear judgment in trading. Okay, we're starting to trying to push past these highs here. Okay, let's see if we disrespect this 15-minute. Got like less than 2 minutes left on the 15. I want to see if we respect it or if we just push through. And if we turn this into an inverse, we might try to continue up, right? So if, let's say this 15-minute displaces this 15-minute high, right? This body closes above, and then this turns into an inverse fair value gap, and we retrace into it, we might be able to catch longs. We might be able to catch longs all the way up if that's what price is trying to do. But if price respects this fair value gap on the 15 and starts to head back down, then I'll expect the shorts to continue. All right. So again, what does price try to do? Price tries to grab liquidity, internal liquidity, before making its real move. So you always got to remember. Feel your pain. Is that your that looks pretty good. What happened? Oh, that's your stop loss. Dang. Trust me, I've been there too. It sucks. I know. It's not the best feeling. Yep, that's happened to me plenty of times. See, look at that reaction from the 15-minute. All right, so the 15-minute just closed. Look at that reaction once we came up and we shot back down, respecting that imbalance, respecting VWAP. Okay, so we just went and grabbed liquidity above here. So what I'd want to see happen now, if I want the shorts to come in, I want this to turn into a breaker, a bearish breaker. So I'd want to see this low get taken out down here, turning this into a bearish breaker block. If the shorts come in, that's what I'm looking for in terms of an entry. right? The 5 minute looks very bearish. 15 minute looks very bearish here. So now I just need an actual entry, right? 4 minutes very sideways. But I like the fact that price came up and took out liquidity. And if that can prove to be an actual liquidity grab and price can come down and turn this into a breaker, that would be ideal for a short setup. But we'll see what happens. It still looks like price is trying to continue up. So I'm gonna be very patient with this one, guys. Very patient. Okay, but let's say price does come down and this turns into a breaker. Okay, so a high, a low, a higher high, and then this is our breaker block, the lowest down close candle. If price drives through that, this is what I'm trying to get an entry off of, right? Like, let's say we came down and then we retrace back into this. I'd want to get an entry off of this breaker. And then what I would do is I would use my Fibonacci from this low to the first high. Okay, and I would be looking for my take profit levels based off the Fibonacci and based off of lows and highs. Okay, so I would either take my first TP down at this low, right here, or I would hold it all the way down to first standard deviation at this order block. Right, and then I'd be looking for these lows down here. Right, ultimately, if I were to hold the trade for that long, this would be where I'd want to see it go, all the way down to these lows. Okay, but it just depends on the trade conditions and how aggressive price action is. And that's what we want to see right there. Okay, what would be the ideal A+ setup is if we form a fair value gap inside. Right, we form a fair value gap right here inside the breaker, and then price comes down, takes out this low, retraces back up into the fair value gap, and we get an entry off of that. Right, the unicorn setup. Man, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I don't understand exactly what you're going through, but I understand the struggle and how stressful money can be. In trading, it's going to take time, right? And it's not something that we can rush. It's not something that we should rush, because then we're going to learn the wrong habits, and in the long run, that's not going to help us. Because I'm telling you, I know we want to make that money now, but you got to think about trading as the long game. Okay, you can't think of it as getting rich quick. You got to think of it as building this habit and this skill that's going to be making you money for the rest of your life. And if you can think of it that way, if you can just put it off, right? If you can just think, man, if I can just get this skill down, and maybe it's going to take me a year, maybe it's going to take me 2 years. Imagine just sacrificing 2 years and putting in, still working your job, but sacrificing 2 years of hard work and study. It's an investment, right? If you really want to do it the right way. Just think about being able to make money for the rest of your life. Yeah, because I still want to see our draw on liquidity is still to the downside. We have all of our sell side liquidity down below. We have all this liquidity resting below this level here. And we're bouncing off of this strong 15-minute bearish fair value gap. That's why I want to see. That's why I want to see shorts continue. Okay, so if we displace this low, right, we close below this breaker here, then I'm going to look for that retracement and look for an entry in the shorts. Okay, that's looking good. There we go. Okay, this is exactly what I want to see. Now we're forming that 1 minute breaker. So now I want to see us get retracement. I want to see us close this 1 minute, retrace back up into this level, and get an entry off of this breaker. All right, there we go. We just closed. I want to see that retracement. Want to see that retracement. Dang, we're just heading down. We're just going for that liquidity down below. We haven't even gotten that retracement yet. Here we go. All right, and this is one we might have potential of price really trading back up kind of high. So I do want to get my first entry down at the first entry of like the first point of this breaker. But again, we might end up retracing farther up into this level. So just remember that, right? And I'm going to start in half a lot. I'm going to start with a light position because if I do get stopped out, I'm going to get a re-entry. So I'll probably have a 50 tick stop on this one. Dang, we're not getting that retracement. We're not getting that retracement. Okay, so we just formed this fair value gap here. So this could be another entry level, this fair value gap. You just wouldn't be offered the same risk management. You would have a lot more risk if you entered off this fair value gap here. But this could still be a solid entry. But again, I'm not going to chase the shorts. I'm going to wait for retracement for that level to show itself, right? For that level to play out. There we go. So you could get an entry here. I might think about getting an entry in this fair value gap, but oh, dang, I didn't get it in time. I didn't get the entry in time, dang it. I was thinking about getting an entry in this fair value gap. I didn't execute in time. If we come back up into that fair value gap, I'll probably look for an entry. If you did get an entry, right when we enter that fair value gap, you honestly could already have taken profit there. Right? You should probably already take profit. If you got in, I would at least take your first TP probably at this point. It just hit like 95 ticks. So if you want to take that profit, I would take it and then move that stop either to break even, you know, probably keep holding it because this does have a lot of potential. But again, we just grabbed liquidity, so we could still see retracement, but right now we are very bearish. It's looking like we just want to continue to head down. Yeah, I was thinking about just putting a limit sell order right on that fair value gap, but I didn't get it in time. Okay, so if we come back up into this, I'm going to look for an entry up in this fair value gap. And then if I were to get stopped out, I would look for a re-entry somewhere up here in this breaker. Again, if you did catch those shorts, definitely grab that profit. All right, because now we grab liquidity below. So we'll see if we're going to get that retracement. But I mean, look at that 15-minute candle. That's pretty strong. 5-minute, very bearish. And there's not a lot stopping us to the downside. You know, and this is my style, and this is, you know, I wait for those levels to play out. Right? I could have gotten an entry here, just didn't execute in time. But for me, it still works out because I get that extra confirmation in my trades. Okay, because some people might have taken the shorts from here, right? And they would have caught a good trade, but was that really, did they really have that confirmation? Or were they just trying to get in at the top? Which it still worked out, but I like to wait for that confirmation. Again, like I said, if we come back up into this fair value gap, I will get an entry. I'll probably have a 50 tick stop. If we come up and take out my stop and we come into this breaker, I'll probably look for a re-entry up here at this level here. Yeah, everything's looking short. The VIX is pumping. VIX is pumping. ES, NQ, both bearish. ES formed that breaker block as well. Alright, so I'm just waiting for that retracement. Gotta be patient. Did anyone else hop in that fair value gap entry that I talked about? Nice. I'm glad some people capitalized on it. Because at this point, that caught over 100 ticks so far. I'm glad that you guys caught that. That's solid trade. Yeah, I know. I was literally like about to get an entry, and then it just shot back down. But it is what it is. Move on. At this 1 minute bullish fair value gap has been a pretty strong level so far. But the price is pretty close to trying to close below. At this level right here. That's the bottom of that 1 minute. Still being respected. Still being respected. Let's see this retracement come in. All right, if it's super aggressive retracement, I'm gonna wait for an entry. I'm not just gonna get an entry like yesterday when I got an entry and then just shot right through my stop loss. But if it's, you know, coming up and reacting off of this level, then I'm gonna look for an entry. So far, everything looks good. We've displaced these lows. We displaced this low, forming this breaker, formed fair value gap with the breaker. Right, unicorn setup. This is the A+ setup. So now it's just getting that retracement. Right, I mean, you could look for entries off of the order block. I want to wait and see us come back up into this level. See us push back up into that area. Yeah, we do have this a strong order block here. Price is really reacting off of this order block. Right, so this could be another bearish entry. For me, I really just want to see us push back up. Push back up into this fair value gap off the actual breaker block that we formed. But again, this could be another entry with seeing how strong this bearish order block has been. Right, that's if you want to be more aggressive, right, and put your stop up here. You could do that. Price still looks like it wants to drive down. Look how now we formed this 5-minute fair value gap, right, which could be another entry if we push up into the 5-minute. Look at this imbalance here still being respected. We are kind of just moving sideways right now, so what would be the nice play here would be the sideways price action. Price manipulates up into this fair value gap, into this breaker block, and then distributes down. That's what I'd want to see happen. That's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for, we see this accumulation, the sideways choppiness. I'd want to see price manipulate up into this fair value gap here, or up into our breaker block here, right? The high, the low, the higher high. And then distributes down, taking out these lows. Right, so accumulation, manipulation, distribution. All right, so it's like, boom, up here, down, like that. Oh. That's what I want to see happen right here. So let's see if it happens. Now we wait. Now we wait. We played the waiting game. Man, I can't believe it's almost Friday again. These weeks are flying by. I don't know about you guys. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that a lot. The week for me has been decent. So Monday took a loss. Monday was not a great day. And then Tuesday, big win. Yesterday, one small, tiny loss. And now today, we look for a win. Happy early birthday, Zip. Yeah, it is flying by. Okay, here we go. We're getting that manipulation leg here. That's what I want to see. I want to see us push up. I'll look for a first entry off this fair value gap here. I want to see us actually touch into that a little bit more. Alright, I just got a first entry off that fair value gap. Okay, remember, like I said, if I were to get stopped out, I would look for a re-entry again. So 18,29125 is my entry. Boom. Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. I didn't even have a chance to add into my position whatsoever. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I'd look for... So this is up to you. If you want to take... So my stop's going to be at 50 ticks. So at 18,303.75. So let's say we were to just continue to drop. And you were looking for a level to take profit. You could either, take your 50 ticks, 1-to-1 profit. Looks like we're going to try to push up a little higher. And like I said, that's okay. I'm not worried. If we get stopped out of this position, I'm going to look for a re-entry anyways. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried. And that's why I'm only going in half a lot right now, just in case we get that extra retracement. Okay, because I know we have potential to retrace up to this level. So that's why I'm not really going full lot yet. And that's why I wouldn't be worried even if I did get stopped out, because I understand that that has potential to stop us out here, but I'm not going to go with a 100-tick stop. Okay, there's that strong push. Again, we're back in that fair value gap. Still waiting to add into a full. I want to see us react because we might come up into this order block, into this bearish breaker block. So let's see what happens. I'll let you know if I do add into a full. But again, if we get stopped out, I'm going to look for a re-entry. Just like that. We just got stopped, so now I'm going to look for a re-entry. Okay, now I'm going to look and see how price reacts off of this level. Okay, since we're being very strong to the high side, I want to wait and see reaction. I don't want to just rush. Okay, I want to wait for an actual reaction off this level. I don't want to get in again just when price is just blowing through this level. See, like that, I'm going to wait. Going to wait. Okay, we filled halfway through that breaker. Okay, I just got an entry again. I got an entry again in the shorts. 18,301.25. Okay, and now I'm going to keep a 55 tick stop just above this breaker. Okay, so this is what I'm going to look for. So TP levels, I'll probably look for... ultimately, I'd want to see us come down all the way, take out this low. But if we get any kind of like choppiness or we're really struggling to break to the lows, I would look for, an entry somewhere or a TP somewhere up here that's at least a 1-to-1. But my stop's going to be at 18,315. And I just added into a full. I'm going to let this one ride. I'm going to see how this one plays out. Okay, so my stop or my entry moved to 18,298. So I'm going to move my stop down just a tad. Down to 18,311.75. Okay, so for first TP, so now I want to see us push through this inverse. Good first TP could be at the break of this order block here, right? It could be down. You could just get a 1-to-1 at 55 ticks if you're looking for that. But I want to see us just push through this. I don't want to see these long step in whatsoever. Got to see a stronger reaction off of this level. The 5-minute, that was a good reaction on the 5-minute, but now we're just trying to push. It's not what I want to see here. Not what I want to see. I want to see us absolutely drop and take out these lows. Okay, so this is going to be depending on you and when you want to take your first TP. Like I said, you could take 1-to-1 at 50, 55 ticks, whatever your stop is, which for me would be right here. But I want to continue to hold this trade. Look at, you could take your first TP now. You could take your first TP now. I want to hold this trade down to these lows. Okay, but if you want to be more conservative, take that first TP, move your stop to break even. It's already hit a 1-to-1. For now, I'm going to hold my first TP all the way down to this level, the bottom of that fair value gap, 126 ticks. But again, if you want to be more conservative, you can take that profit now and move that stop to break even. That's a winning trade, right? I'll think about adjusting my plan, but right now with price action, this looks like my trade wants to play out. It looks like these levels want to play out and that these shorts do want to come in. So that's why I like that really aggressive drop there. But now I just need to see that follow through. Need to see that follow through. Keep dropping here, keep dropping. Okay, we're respecting this 5-minute imbalance here, which is good. That's a good sign. Respecting this 4-minute, 3-minute, not the 2-minute. But this tells me we still look very bearish here. To me, this still looks very bearish. I want to see us come down and take out these lows. Again, if you want to take that profit now, do so. If you want to be more conservative, right? Because we are stalling at this level. We are stalling at this level. But we are at, oh, what am I? We're at 50 ticks already, right? We already hit more than 50 ticks, so. We already hit 60 ticks technically. So if we continue the stalling, I might just look to take profit and move my stop to break even. But I want to see us drop from here. Right, this we have our breaker. We have our bearish breaker, we have our power of 3. Our price accumulated, manipulates up into a PD array, and now we just need to see that distribution happen. Okay, so I have the A+ setup here, and that's why I'm holding my TP down here, because this is an A+ setup. This is an A+ setup to me, and I do think it has a lot of potential. We just need to see that volume step in and see that momentum step in here. Again, another level you could take TP if you haven't yet. If you haven't taken TP yet, you could take it here. All right, we just came down again and we hit 65 ticks. So we're well above a 1-to-1 or well below 1-to-1. So if you want to take that TP, do that. Let's see us drop. I want to see us come down and take out those lows. Come down and take out those lows. I might think about just taking first TP around this level. I do like that we just displaced these lows here though. We have this small 1-minute bullish order block that I want to see us push through. I want to see us push through that level here. Come on now, keep going. Keep going. Oh man. Oh. Don't want to see that. I hope most of you have taken your profit so far. I hope most of you have already taken your profit. I'm still holding this. I'm still holding this. I still believe. Still believe. Let's see another touch off of this level. Well, that's what I wouldn't want to see happen. Oh, what is going on here? That was very aggressive. Didn't want to see that aggressive movement there. I want to see another reaction off of this. I want to see another reaction off of this. If we get another strong reaction down, I might just take my profit if we can come down to these lows. Just because we saw that strong move up, I'm gonna secure profits on this if we come back down. Right, so the 55 tick stop, taking profits down at these lows, probably around 70 ticks is what I'm gonna do. Like 18,280, 50, or 18,279 is 18,279 at these lows. 77 ticks for my first TP now. We gotta push through this 1 minute. We gotta push through this 1 minute. I like that we made a lower high, but this 1 minute is getting a strong reaction. I want to see us push through that. Push through that 1 minute bullish fair value gap. Come on now. If we can come take out this low, that'll be my first TP. I'll move my stop to break even. Oh, I don't like that reaction. I don't love that reaction. I want to see us really just push through. Push through. Come on now. You want to take my first TP. Just go do it. Stop your stalling. Stop playing games. Stop playing games with me. He's playing games with my heart right now. It's like, oh, I'm going to go take your first TP, and then nope, I'm going to go back up. Come on. Come on. Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Go down. Let's see, how many ticks are we at right now? 56. So we're back to a 1-to-1. Back to a 1-to-1. I do like that movement though. There we go. There we go. Come on. Take out that low, take out that low, take out that low. Boom. First TP. First TP. Stop is now at break even. Stop is now at break even. And now we see if this will push down all the way to these lows. I'll think about taking full TP if we break these lows. But now this is a risk-free trade. Risk-free trade. First TP has been taken. And now we let it ride. Now we let it ride. Stop is at break even, everybody. Stop is at break even. Let's see if we can come down and just destroy these lows here. Destroy these lows. Go, go, go. Can you explain a breaker? Yes, a breaker is a high, a low, and a higher high, indicating a reversal. It's a reversal pattern. Okay, and then price comes down and disrespects this low and takes out this low that we formed. That is now a breaker. So when price retraces, we find the lowest down close candle on the breaker. When price retraces into that breaker block, we see that become a very strong level of resistance. So that's why I got a re-entry once we entered that level. So now let's see if we can get that continuation to the downside and we can ride this one. So if you want to take your full TP at these lows, you can. You could take your full TP at these lows. You could take your full TP if we break these lows. You could take your full TP now if you don't like this accumulation area. All right, you've got a few options. For now, I'm gonna kind of play this out and see when I want to take my full TP. I'm either going to take it at the break of these lows, or we might even get stopped at break even after that. Oh, we're getting very close to my break even. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was like 2 ticks away from my break even. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Nope. Nope. Oh my gosh, 1 tick away. That was 1 tick away from my break even there. Oh man. That was literally 1 tick away. I don't know how that didn't stop me out. 18. Oh, it's because my entry is at 18. Oh, 299.50. Okay. Yeah, that was 1 tick away from my stop there. We are chopping right now. We are chopping. That was extremely close to my stop. This is where it gets tough, guys, because you want to, you want to let the trade play out, but because it's so choppy, you also want to take profits when you get the opportunity. So it's like when we come back down, if you guys want, you could just take your profits and run. Right? I'm the kind of person that when I see my trade with so much potential, I like to just let it ride. Especially when I already took profit and it's a risk-free trade. Like when I see so much potential in a trade, I just kind of want to let it ride to its full potential, right? To its full TP. But you also have to learn to make adjustments, okay? So when we do start to chop and you see these, we're trying to push higher, you could just take your profits once we move back down because we're ranging up and down. But again, we have formed lower highs and lower lows. So in terms of market structure, we're still bearish. But again, could be a bull flag. Could be setting up for a bull flag. So just be careful here. All right, if you want to take your profits, you can. We'll see if I get stopped out at break even. We're coming back up to that level again. Coming back up near my break even. We're making choppy chops and choppy chops, exactly. But I'm just happy that we adjusted to our plan on that one. I took my TP lower, right, or higher up here than I wanted to, but still great trade. It was like 77 ticks, I think. I think it was 77 ticks where I took my TP, something like that. The break of this low. It was more like 80, more like 82 ticks. Oh man, yeah, it's looking like it really wants to drive through my stop loss here. And again, at this point, I'm about to get stopped out. Oh man, isn't it funny how it looks like price just knows where your stop loss is and it just plays games with you? It's just like hovering again, like 1 tick, 2 ticks away from my stop, and then goes back down. It's like they know that my stop is right there. Yeah, it is respecting this trend right now. It is a very small 1-minute trend. But again, at this point, guys, what I would not want to do is get myself out of this position before hitting my stop loss, and then it ends up just actually dropping and hitting my full TP, right? Because then that's when I'm like, well, if I would have just stuck to my plan, I would have gotten to actually see that trade fully play out. But that's why. But I also adjusted my plan once we saw that strong move up. I said, okay, if we come back down one more time and take out this low, I'm going to take my first TP. Okay, so I adjusted my plan in terms of that. But at this point, we're already so close to my stop, and I know I could get out here and just take my profit and run. But I'm like, at this point, I'd rather just either get stopped at break even because I won the trade, or just let it, let it ride. Since it is already a risk-free trade. But we are just, yeah, I think this is going to be the point where we finally take it out. It's got to be, right? Or not. Nah, I think it's getting taken out here on this candle. I think this is the candle that's going to do it. Just do something. I wanted to just do something. Yeah, this is just like crazy. How close it's gotten to my stop loss, like 5 times. Yeah, it's looking like price is just ready to blow through my stop. It's looking like it's just setting up to blow through my stop. But we'll see. Maybe it's just gonna drop and go to full TP down at these lows. That would be cool. That'd be pretty awesome. Or blow through the highs. Yep, it's gonna do one of those two things. It's gonna come blow through these highs and grab liquidity above, or it's gonna come down, blow through these lows, like I originally wanted it to when we first got into this trade. When we first got into this trade, I really expected. I didn't expect this chop to happen right here. I expected us to just distribute and it just blow through this range right here. And try to come down all the way down to these lows. But now we're chopping, so, it's not happening yet. Still potential for it to happen, though. Still potential. Yep, just kind of hanging out. But, okay, here it is again. Here it is again. All right, this one's got to be it, right? This one's got to be it. Yep, this is it. Ready? Oh my gosh. This is pretty funny, actually. There it is. All right. I finally got stopped out. Finally got stopped out at break even there. But now, guys, we still have potential to go short. We still have potential to go short. We just formed more accumulation. We still have this breaker above. We're grabbing liquidity above. So there's still potential for this move to head down. But again, we'll see. We'll see if it wants to just come up and take out the highs, or if it actually wants to, this is a true liquidity grab and then we come back down. I just wanted to get out of this accumulation. Wanted to get out of this chop. Like I said, it could be a potential bull flag, so just got to be careful here. But winning trade, guys. That was a solid trade, solid comeback there. Really liked that setup. It didn't play out to my full TP, but we were able to take profits at 82 ticks and make that a win. To me, that was a solid trade, solid setup, even though it didn't come all the way down to these lows. We still got the win. Still got the win. We had our A+ setup. Just didn't get the follow through. I mean, it's crazy. Look at this chop after once we entered. Crazy choppy. Man, I'm still tempted to get in the shorts here, but I also don't want to put risk into the market during the chop, right? So that's what you got to understand. You got to learn to adjust. You just wait for the chop to end, before getting into a position. I just, even though I do still think shorts have a lot of potential, I just don't want to get in during chop. Right, and on the 5 minute, we did form this lower high or higher low. And we did disrespect this 5 minute bearish fair value gaps. So that's something to look out for as well. That's something to keep an eye on as well. Look at that 1 hour. That 1 hour is crazy. The last 1 hour closed dead even. Look at that. Long wick down, long wick up. No bueno. Yeah, at this point we're now into lunch hour. So at this point I'd probably wait. At this point I'd probably wait. Probably wait for an entry. I don't know if I'll trade during lunch hour. I'd probably wait till after lunch hour. Maybe not until like, you know, wait for like 9:45, 10 o'clock. Kind of towards the end of lunch hour, see if any trades set up. Okay, yeah, so I was gonna release my course the other day, but I'm still working on a few things now. I think I'm gonna keep you guys updated on that release date because I want it to be very solid. I want everything to be perfect, so I will keep you guys updated on when I'm gonna release the course, but it should be coming out very soon. Should be coming out very soon. Look on ES, we accumulated, we moved up, manipulated, and now let's see if we distribute. Okay, on NQ we accumulate, manipulate, taking out liquidity, buy side liquidity, still respecting this bearish breaker, and now the shorts might actually come in. The shorts actually might, watch, they're now going to go and take out these lows. I would not be surprised if that happened. Yes, the course is included with the Discord. I've thought about even just making, I don't know, yeah, I think I'm going to be making multiple courses. No, the course is going to be separate from the masterclass. This course will be separate. The course is going to be a very beginner, basic, intro to ICT kind of course, where the masterclass is going to be more detailed, more in depth. So you look at these shorts coming in now. What did I say? What did I say? They're not getting the follow through yet, but man, we grabbed buy side liquidity after accumulating. Still looking kind of bearish. Respecting our breaker block. Strong bearish candle to the downside. I think shorts are going to continue here. Watch, they're going to smash these lows. Let's see if they do. Let's see. I will not be surprised if these shorts come down and take out this low and take out these lows right now. I would not be surprised if that happened, but you need to see these lows taken out, displaced, because this can always just be retracement, right? But after seeing buy side liquidity taken out, after seeing this accumulation on ES as well, we saw that accumulation manipulation, and now the distribution part of it. It's looking pretty bearish here. It's looking like those lows are going to get just absolutely destroyed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. See, our analysis is on point here. If these lows do get taken out, our analysis is just on point today. And I'm glad we were still able to catch a solid trade inside of this chop. But this is the trade that I wanted to see happen. But price decided to chop instead. This is the exact trade that I wanted to see happen. Look at that. It's going to come to just sweep these lows now. Yep. How did I know, guys? How did I know? How did I know? Did any of you guys take this? I think I saw. Oh yeah, one person took it. This was the trade that I was looking for here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You guys capitalize on this trade. Let's go. Let's go. That is what I'm talking about, guys. These lows are getting taken out. That's the full TP right there. That full TP literally just hit. That was the full TP I was talking about. Oh, that's funny. And now this is the trade that I would honestly probably let ride all the way down to these lows. All the way down to 18,203.25. It's just that kind of trade. It's that kind of setup. You know, I mean, I would for sure either take full TP at this low and just get out of the trade, or I would take partials and move my stop into profit and try to hold and see if this one has potential to just keep riding. Okay, so now here's the next part of this power of 3 setup is if this ends up being the low, you then use your Fibonacci from the low of the distribution leg to the high, and if you see retracement, you look for retracement back up into the 0.62 to 0.79 area, even just the 0.5, and you look for another entry. So that's the other part of the power of 3. You look for price to come up into this area up here, and then you could get another entry in the shorts, depending on where this low ends up being. But you would use this low to this high. On the Fibonacci, you look for the 0.5 to 0.62, 0.79, and then you're looking for like an imbalance or an order block up in this range to take short. Yeah, I would think about taking it. Especially after seeing this 5-minute. This 5-minute closes and displaces these lows. That's big time. See, look at, we just hit that first standard deviation, but this was the other level from the breaker I was talking about. This is another good level of profit. Another good level for profit. The next level, the second standard deviation, or down to these lows, depending on how you want to play it. But there's not a lot stopping us right now. Not a lot stopping us. See, at some point you have to expect retracement. At some point during this move, you have to expect some retracement. You have to be ready for it. So that's why I'm saying, that's why we use this tool. Because when you do get that retracement, you look to see if there's any setups, right? So I mean, what I would want to see is us move down a little bit lower, and this fair value gap right here ends up being the perfect level for us. And retracement into that fair value gap would be a good entry for me personally. Look on the 5-minute, we're about to close and just absolutely take out these lows like I predicted. Boom, those lows completely taken out. All right, so now I would look for retracement. Let's go. Congrats. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, you got to send in your profits and stuff to our tabs, right? To our profits, to our certificates. We want to see how you guys are doing. We want to stay up to date. We want to see what you guys are passing. Right? You guys are passing accounts, how much you're making. We want to see that. So when you do, send a screenshot or something into those tabs. I love to see when you guys are making progress. Okay, we made a new low here. New low formed. New low formed. Okay, so I want to see us come up to this level. Up to this level, somewhere around here. Alright, I want to see us come somewhere up to here. So now we're seeing some retracement. Five-minute looks nice. 15-minute looks nice. Definitely think we're going for this low. All right, analysis on point today. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. All right, we waited for that breaker to be formed. Bounce off a higher time frame, bearish imbalance. We wait for retracement into that breaker, get an entry. End up getting stopped on that, took my profit, got stopped, but then this one, I just didn't take it, but this one ended up being the best entry we could have taken there. And I know a lot of you capitalized on it. Yeah, I do think this one is going to go to the lows, honestly. I do really think this one has potential to come all the way down to these lows, which if you got an entry off another, off this level, how many ticks would that be? So far, if you got an entry there, that's 218 ticks so far. Huge. If it did go out all the way down to these lows, that's 376 ticks from this breaker. Right, so still a lot of potential. But over 200 ticks on this one, guys. Over 200 ticks. Really solid. Really solid. I'm now just kind of waiting for that retracement to see if I can, get involved in this at all. But I'm not just going to chase these shorts. I'm going to wait for an actual entry level that I like. Okay, there's no point in me just trying to get in shorts now, risk my profits, and then price just comes up to that exact level that I was talking about, right? To me, that would be dumb. I'd rather just wait. Even if this does just drop and hit that 370 ticks, that's okay, right? Obviously, I want to be a part of it, and I want to be, I want to take that trade, but I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to get FOMO. I'm going to wait for an actual setup for me if I am going to get back in this trade. I would look for an actual setup. So how many people got this second entry? And how many people are still holding this second entry? Just got out, nice. Thrax is in. Move stop loss to 18,268. Nice, okay. I like that. That's a good level. Entry at 18,296. Let's go, Johnny. Let's go. Still holding to the lows. Let's go, guys. I love this. I love to see this. Like, even though I didn't take that second trade, you guys are on top of it. Although I was talking about it, and I was talking about how it could be a good entry, you guys actually executed the trade. You saw what I was seeing, and now you're reaping the benefits, right? That's what it's all about. Let's go. 47.20 on the day. Nice. Big time. And this is what I love about days like CPI and PPI, when we just wait for the price action to clear up. Like when we hop on at 8 o'clock, it's perfect. Because now we see real volume in the market. We see our levels actually playing out with volume, so our moves are actually moving. So people are scared of these days, but that's just during the news releases that can be sketchy. But if you wait and you realize like price action is going to be pretty solid throughout the day if you just give it some time. Alright, we're chopping right now. But if we chop a little bit and then we can retrace up to this level, I might look for an entry. What the heck? That's annoying. More chop. We've been doing this a lot today, guys, where we get an expansion move and then we chop. Then we get some retracement, expansion move, and then we chop, right? It's been pretty often today, but if we can read those levels, the chop isn't anything too crazy. It's just it's still playing our levels, but we are getting some chop more often than normal. It's looking like we're gonna accumulate again and then come back up into this level. And hopefully go for that full expansion move down to these lows. Again, it is lunch, so we'll see if that happens now or if it's going to just wait until after lunch. Let's see, we're starting to get some more retracement. If we can break out of this accumulation, come back up to this level, that would be nice. We also formed this 5-minute bearish imbalance here. Big 5-minute bearish imbalance. Let's see. So if we look from like the 5-minute down, so we have this 5-minute, but up here is where I'd want to see us retrace to. 4-minute imbalance, we could retrace up to this. 3-minute imbalance, pretty good here. 2-minute up here. So we have all these imbalances up above our 0.5, right? So we've got some good levels. So, but I'd want to see us get that retracement before I got any entries, like some strong retracement. All right, this is that level down here. This is our liquidity. This is our liquidity down here. Yeah, this chop is, I mean, we've been doing this a lot today, a lot of chop. You just kind of got to wait for the chop to play out and then for the move to actually happen. All right, it looks like it still wants to dump here. So let's see. Price still looks like it wants to dump. But I still want to wait for that retracement personally. But we might not even get that retracement. We might just dump now. We're looking like we're trying to just take out these lows right now. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, I want to wait. See if my plan will actually play out. Again, if say I were to try to enter down here, you know, the risk isn't great. I mean, the risk to reward is great, but I just want to see that actual move because we're still in this range, right? We're still in this accumulation range. Yes, exactly. That's what happens very often, right? We see when we have, you know, those relatively equal highs, equal lows, that liquidity, price will often chop, 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 right? Accumulating orders, accumulating liquidity before making that move down to taking out those lows or those highs, right? It can happen pretty often, right? Pretty often, and that's why I'm waiting for this accumulation to happen, for our manipulation leg to come up here, up to this level, and then to look for shorts, right? So if we came up to this level, and then look for shorts above, right? So we look at a 5 minute, we're entering into that 5 minute fair value gap again, so that, you know, you could get a re-entry here or enter here if you wanted to. But, you know, I want to see us retrace a little bit more up to this level at least. Because this is when it gets tricky, guys. This is when you want to get an entry right here, and then you end up getting stopped out, and then you try to get another entry, and then you get stopped out, and then you try to get another entry, right? And price just keeps driving higher. That's why I don't really love to get too aggressive of entries right when we enter a fair value gap. I kind of like to wait for it to retrace up to my levels that I have charted out. All right, but now we're getting that manipulation. On the 1 minute over here, ES has now moved into that level, that fair value gap. We have entered the 1 minute fair value gap here. Just wanted to see a little bit more retracement, but now I'm going to kind of see how this reacts. If this reacts strongly to the downside, I'll look to just take the short. But if we can actually move up to these levels, that would be ideal. That would be ideal if we can move up to this level here. Okay, but I also don't like getting entries on very aggressive bullish candles if I'm getting the shorts, right? I'd want to see us push up into it and then get a reaction off of it and then take it short. Like that reaction right there is pretty strong reaction. But now look, it's still trying to drive up a little bit higher. See? Price is still trying to drive. Now we've gotten into this fair value gap. We've gotten up to a 0.5. So now we see, do we get a strong reaction off of this 0.5 level? Do we respect this imbalance here? Or do we just try to drive through? Okay, so this is that retracement I was talking about. I want to see us respect this imbalance. And start to move back down. Okay, so we still technically close inside of that imbalance, which is good. But the 5 minute, the 5 minute respected it as well, which is good. But that is a strong bullish candle. I just got a light entry in the shorts there, light entry in the shorts. Just half a lot, not risking all my profits here. Just because we respected that level, and I'm just getting in half a lot. Just want to see if that level plays out. Okay, I'm just going to play my stop above this high. About 45 ticks up at 18,285.50. You know, nothing too crazy here. Nothing too crazy. I do like that we respected this level, and we came up to that 0.5 on retracement. And I'd want to see us come back down, take out these lows. But again, like I said, there's potential for us to still retrace. And if you are in a lot of profit, please do not be risking all your profits, just because this is still showing strong bullish price action. So this is more of a riskier trade here. This is a riskier trade for me. This is a riskier trade than I normally take. Again, but I'm still going to be in profit even if I lose this, right? That's because I only went in half a lot. And I liked this level. But we still have potential to keep retracing, so that's why I didn't want to go in a full lot. And that's why I kept my stop just right at this high. Right, so right now it looks like it's going to go take out my stop, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it does, yeah, so I just got stopped on that one. Like I said, risky trade there. Didn't want to risk too much on that. So now I'm going to wait probably for a little bit longer and see if we come up a little bit higher, maybe back into the breaker. But again, I didn't risk all my profits, just risked a little bit there. Okay, and I'll probably wait now at this point until, either post lunch or if I do see finally a strong reaction off of this level. Again, maybe wait for that 5 minute to close. 4 minute still looks good. 3 minute looks good. The 2 minute looks good. 1 minute looks okay. I still like these shorts. I just don't want to keep getting stopped out when price is trying to manipulate and just continue to stop people out of their trades. Right? I don't want to keep getting stopped out by trying to enter and enter and enter. Alright, that's why maybe you wait for that 5 minute to close. See if this 5 minute comes back down, respecting this imbalance still. This 4 minute, see if it's still respected. 3 minutes, see if it's still respected, right? So that last trade was just more aggressive, more risky. So now I would probably wait and see. Well, we did see a lot of bullish movement. Look at, we had this bullish retracement all the way back up into our premium, right? All the way up into our premium on the day. And then that already happened, so then we formed a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So that's why I wanted to see us continue down to our sell side liquidity. But obviously there still is potential for price to continue to run. And that's why at this point, I'm just going to wait for any confirmation to get back in any other trade. This 5 minute closes here in about 9 seconds. So let's see if the 5 minute still respects this imbalance or if it tries to close above. Okay, 5 minutes still respects the top of this imbalance, which is good. That's very good. But still just trying to move up. Still trying to move up. Still going for higher levels here. Boom, 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 boom. Good, good, good. So we took our first trade, was half a lot, stopped out, expecting that we would possibly get stopped out. Second trade, re-entry, full lot, came down. Took first TP at 82 ticks, got stopped to break even. And then this one up here, I didn't get an entry myself, but I did call it out. And a lot of people caught over 200 ticks on this one, on this big move down. And then I just tried to get one more entry with a small position. Got stopped out on that one. So far green on the day in profits. Just seeing if we see any more setups. All right, we're still respecting this 5-minute, guys, which I like. I like that we're still respecting this 5-minute, trying to wick above. But we're still chopping currently, right? We're still chopping. Which I don't want to get another. I don't want to get an entry in the chop. Don't want to get an entry in the chop. I would want to wait for that chop to kind of play out. And for a real trade setup. All right, because price continues to try to drive higher right now. Coming back up into this breaker. So, yeah, at this point, see if still this 5 minutes still isn't looking crazy bullish yet. I mean, obviously this candle very bullish, but until this 5 minute is just respected, I won't think about taking any longs. But my bias is still short on the day, guys. My bias is still short on the day. Look at ES trying to drive back down after filling this imbalance. Yeah, double bottom on the 15, true. But also means there's a lot of liquidity resting here now. Yeah, so I'll probably wait to take any more trades till after lunch, after all this accumulation stuff just stops. We'll see though, because I mean, if this 5 minute still continues to respect this imbalance, that would be big. But again, price is trying to continue up. So we have this breaker again up here. We are now in that golden zone of the retracement, right? The 0.62 to 0.79 of the power of 3. This is the golden zone. This is where you do want to see price retrace all the way to. Like on that 2 minute, we have this imbalance here. So this technically is where you want to see price go. But I don't want to keep getting caught in trying to short when price is being very bullish, right? So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. See, we just touched off that breaker again. Back into that breaker. So if this is where I would want to see price reject. If it doesn't reject here, I think longs will continue up higher. Probably try and, if it doesn't reject in this level, price will probably try to come up and take buy side liquidity, but I still think sell side liquidities are true draw on liquidity here. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You know, wait for price to come up to VWAP, come up to this imbalance here. Not a bad idea to wait for. Five minute just closed above, but it did get a long wick down. Yeah, I just don't like this price action yet. Don't like this price action right now. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait. Probably hop off for the rest of lunch. Lunch hour, come back on my charts, and then obviously let you know if I'm going to take any trades. But for now, too choppy. Want to wait for some better price action to come into play. But guys, overall, still a great session in my opinion. I mean, I'm still green. I think everybody should still be green. Especially for those that caught this 200 tick move. Even if you caught this 82 tick move with me, should still be in the green. Should still be a good day overall, right? I hope you guys are in the green. Hope you guys enjoyed the session, gained some knowledge, learned some valuable information. That's always my goal for you guys. I want you to take as much as you can out of these sessions, not just live trading, but education, right? I want you guys to learn and to take as much education as you can. I appreciate you guys a lot. Yeah, I'm excited for the masterclass as well. It's going to be awesome. We're, especially with me and Tori diving into some deep concepts, into some strategies that have helped us, and really, really breaking down price action. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I hope as many people as possible are able to join that masterclass because it's going to be pretty cool. Tori gets on at 11 a.m. PST for Power Hour. All right, guys. So you will see probably Tori next. God bless everybody. Appreciate you all. Masterclass. We're thinking about starting at March 19th. We might end up pushing it back a little bit to see if more people want to sign up. Just because we only sent out the announcement recently, so we might extend it a little bit so more people have the chance to sign up. All right, guys. Well, really appreciate you all. Go enjoy the rest of your day. I'll let you know if I see any more trade setups. I'll send out some signals. Happy Thursday. Safe trading. Yes, VIPs can join. It is an extra cost, though. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.